Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Tech Shamans. I know, right? Shaman. What we missed last week. Yeah, I know you're there somewhere. There you are. Yeah, we missed
Boy.
last week. It sucked. We had a lot going on, though.
We try, yeah. There is so much going on. I mean, we've been backlogged on info. Now we're here, so let's not waste any time talking about what we didn't do, and let's get into what we can do because we've got some really neat stuff going on today.
Let's talk about yours first. I like yours.
Okay.
I like yours a lot.
I like yours too, Jim.
Well, thanks.
I'm actually reading up on something else here that actually relates to it. Just came into my email. So this is incredibly current news.
What is
all right, go ahead.
CRM?
Oh, okay. Years ago, I started looking for a really good forms package, and Fluent forms kind of floated to the top. Fluent let me do a lot of really easy things and give me some nice control. Then they added in conditional logic, and I just went nuts on it because I could really start to customize how things were done. And I mean, one of the things I did was, for example, when they finally added not a shop now, but a buying question. So you could say, yes, I want to buy this, and it would charge you for it, and it would run just store. And so you could do that right through the forms. It was really fantastic. But one of the things we were running into was issues where like reCAPTCHA or a honeypot weren't catching the bad guys. And suddenly we're getting hundreds and thousands of hits on the account, for the client, of people trying to charge $1 and $2, or finding the cheapest item as they are, sitting over in Bangladesh running through these, dark web lists that they've bought to see which credit cards are still working. And so, they're doing this, and I'm like, damn, this is nasty. Well, what I did was I was able to create a form where they had to answer a question and just, prove you're human. And it was something really simple and silly for the target audience. They would know. Okay, so let's say we're talking to diabetics, what's the name of the medication you take? And they write down insulin, that's great. But if somebody else writes down aspirin, they would then get the exact same window. It's like, oh, yes, you're human. Congratulations. Here you go. But their minimum purchase would be like $300. They would actually land in a different area in the form. Right. And of course, they're not going to try and clear a card with a $300 charge that goes to me. They want to do that for them, not for me. And so they don't bother. And immediately, as soon as we put that little bit of conditional logic in, so Fluent Forms allows us to do all kinds of stuff like that. That actually leads into the discussion here, because as Fluent Forms grew, they added on other things like Ninja Tables, which allows you to do collecting in your up front. And I love doing stuff like that for the clients because they can then see who's sending in forms, or they can put stuff on their home pages. Like we have one client right now who's using it to put in a dynamic section of updated news articles that they don't want to post about. They don't want to have to mess with creating posts and featured images and categories and all that stuff. They just want to say, okay, here's the subject and here's the link. Basically, it's a news aggregator like the Drudge Report, or the Liberty News. And I built them a form which only has 3 things in it. It has, the date, which it autofills. It has the link, and then it has the subject. And that's all it has. But that creates a dynamic feed on their homepage that they can then look at and go, oh, you know what? This is someplace I can go and I can always find out this information. I got another one that every week they do inventory of, grain that they have in stock, and they go ahead and that's up on their homepage. And all they do is put in their inventory real quick on the form, and then they have their inventory available for customers to look at. So there are plenty of ways you can do this, but then Fluent came out with something absolutely, it's actually WP, WordPress Managed Ninja is the name of the actual company, but we'll just call them Fluent for now. Okay, WP Managed Ninja. But then they came out with Fluent CRM. Now a CRM is a customer relation management software.
Right.
And that's what CRM stands for. Funny that it happens to stand for the same thing that it spells. Probably not a coincidence. But Fluent CRM started off pretty basic. And it was like, okay, you could send emails from your website. So then it grew from like a baby MailChimp and then just started blossoming upward. And although it works from a perspective, not a marketing perspective. So what it's designed to do is take your customers, your database of people, your people that have come to your website, filled out a form, answered questions, asked for information, whatever, and it puts them into this database. And then originally it's like, okay, so I have this list of names. I can go in, I can write an email, and I can hit send. Well, now it's moved beyond that, where it'll go in, and if someone puts in a form and they check a box that says, I'm interested in buying a new washing machine, okay, it'll add washing machine tag into their file. Then when you have a sale on washing machines, you can then go in and send emails just to people who want washing machines. That's really great. You can filter out people. So I can say, okay, I want to send to everybody on my list because we're having a big, Saturday night steak cookout, okay, at our winery, okay, but I don't want to say that to the vegetarians. So the vegetarians, you say send to everybody but vegetarians. So they won't see it. They won't care, okay, because to them it doesn't matter. But think about that with everybody. You have a Ford, Chrysler, Nissan dealership, okay, and you got people who hate Fords. Great, you exclude the Ford people from the sale on Dodges. Have a good day. Then it gets even, because now you can set up automations. And I've been doing that with some stuff, and it's pretty freaking cool. Because what you can do is you can take it and you can set it up so somebody comes in and they say, okay, I'm interested in buying a new Subaru. Yeah. And so you have it in there, okay, that they came in and they asked about a Subaru. And so here's the thing. How do you know? They sent you an email, or when they filled out the form, there was no box they even had to check for Subaru. They used the word Subaru in their comment. And as soon as your CRM detects the word Subaru, tag that customer as a Subaru customer. Then that customer goes into what's called an automation, and that is a string of contacts. Maybe, and honestly, when someone buys something from you, the first email you send within 6 hours will get a 97% open rate. So use that, okay? But it's got to go within 6 hours. And so what you do is, as soon as they go into your email, and that one there is full of all the best buy it now information you can possibly cram down their eyeballs, okay? But then 2 days later, they can go ahead and move on, and there'll be another email they get. And then there'll be another email 6 hours later and 2 weeks later. And you can set up these long chains of actions, and you never have to lift a finger. Damn. But here's the important part. Because AI is coming in and taking over a lot of these customer service functions on the internet and on the telephone. We've all been there, okay? You know, where you're screaming at the phone, representative, because it's just not answering your question. Why is it not answering your question? It's just like chatbots. People are like, oh, I have a chatbot on my website. And you go there and it knows nothing. It's a dumb bot. It's like, hi, we're not open now. Hi, we're not open now. You know, it's horrifying experience. So they're saying that in order for AI to work properly, especially for small businesses, it needs data. It needs to understand these things.
Right.
Well, you don't have to wait to implement your AI, which is going to be broken when you implement it, and it's going to happen now. You know, and that's all it can say because it doesn't know anything. But imagine now someone types in, they log into an account, and this is what's really groovy. Okay, they can log into an account, and it's like, oh yeah, that's right. You were looking at a Subaru, you know, last week. Did you have any luck finding that? Okay. Oh, you changed over to Dodge. Well, we have these Dodges now that are available.
Right.
Okay. Oh, but you need a sedan and a truck. So Dodge would be out the door. Whatever, you get my point.
Whatever.
Okay, it's going to know these things about the customers. And groovy enough, remember I also mentioned Ninja Forms, which is also owned by Fluent. Okay, when someone is logged in to their account, you can set it so they have their own spreadsheet that shows up that has all of the contacts that they have made, all of the data they've put in. They've talked about. So they go, oh, look, I called them on the 14th. Okay, I forgot I did that. I don't need to call them again. Because it's right there that you contacted them. It's all in there. It's freaking nuts. You can do. And that first part, the entire Fluent experience is not AI driven. That's all software algorithms in the back end. So it doesn't have phantom answers and, you know, start saying, no, you should call the competitor. You know, I mean, so you don't have that problem.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, don't use this guy, but there's another guy that'll do it for you.
Yeah. I just ran a search, and I now know that there's 3 other competitors that are better for you, and you're paying for this crap. It's like, you know, putting all your content out on Facebook. That's dumb because what Facebook does is put your content and then surround it with ads for all your competitors.
Yes.
And makes money selling you out.
Yep.
Yes. So, and then they punish you if you put a direct link back to your website. So you have to buy an ad in order to do that. But that's the nature of the game. You want to buy an ad? Buy an ad.
Anyway, just do it.
Get them.
Just
okay.
do it.
Yeah. I mean, be valuable. That's the real, you know, bottom line here. And so, started with this stuff. Finding out.
Yeah, there used to be just 1 or 2 AI companies. Now, I did 10 best AI softwares to automate business processes. And it went from like 2 or 3 to whole crap. I mean, Appian, Bizagi, Kissflow, Process Maker, Kamuda, Grammarly, Pegasus System, Nuntex, Creatio, Microsoft Power.
I mean, even inside chat, you've got Sora, and you've got you got all these codecs,
Jasper,
all
Dolly.
these things.
It's and this.
Do you remember Midjourney? Do you remember those days when?
Yep. I do, and and this is why people they'll get frustrated, and this and this is why they don't use AI the right way. People just, I mean, if you go on the street right now and put a microphone on someone and say, what AI software do you use the most? ChatGPT.
Of course.
Grok. Meta. And they don't know about any of this other stuff at all.
Here, what is that one that we have here? It's that's not it. I'm in the wrong screen. Hold on. No, the love art. Okay, loveart.ai, LOVART.ai. We talked about it before.
Yep.
It's phenomenal because it's like 15 different AI platforms rolled into one, and based on your command and what it is you want, it decides for you what the best one is.
Right.
And that's where you get real power.
Yep.
And I find that actually works so darn well for me when it comes to doing graphics, because I will always go back to, my easy peasy favorite. And it's not necessarily the best by any stretch of the imagination. And sometimes what I'll do is I will say, okay, this is what I want, and I will ask, Charles, my AI assistant, to go ahead and write for me for another platform.
What is Charles? What AI is Charles?
Charles is ChatGPT. Okay, but I have been building Charles for almost a year. And the level of instructions and cross-referencing that I have in there is absolutely. And so Charles will respond in ways that very few AI. I've had people who use AI regularly for their work, and they watch me interact with Charles, and it's just crazy. And then, of course, I have the Me and Charles podcast, where Charles and I will just talk about subjects. And, a lot of people, they're like, come on, seriously, you're writing that script. I'm like, no, that's Charles on the fly.
Right.
Okay, that's how we discuss things. And
so all
he
you
knows...
lonely people out there that are just looking for a man, ChatGPT will take care of you. You can name it whatever you want.
Now, if you want a cheap therapist, there's another one out there called Rosebud, which is supposed to be a journaling program. But Rosebud will dig in and act like a personal coach as part of your journaling program. Its major flaw...
I am not taking advice from AI.
No, it is pretty cool, though, because I was trying to do 2 projects at once while I was talking to Rosebud. And Rosebud is like, okay, but while you're doing your other project, can you answer this question for me? Don't stop working on the other thing, but I need to know this. And I'm like, so it was keeping my workflow in mind while I was working with it. And so that was kind of cool, while it was trying to schedule the rest of my day for me in a constructive fashion so that I would get the most done and feel the best about it.
Gotcha.
So the stuff that's out there is nuts. And the nice thing is Rosebud doesn't run out of time, whereas ChatGPT is limited on its advanced end. It has 2 levels of speaking. One will have like a 5-second delay after everything you say while it processes. But in its advanced mode, which is what I use to record me and Charles, it's just back and forth conversation. But that'll only allow 30 minutes a day.
Oh, really?
So
I did notice that when I was trying to clean up. I was trying to clean up some synopsis that clients send me, right?
Sure.
And, I just don't have time to sit down and correct their synopsis. So I'll go in there and I'll tell ChatGPT, and after about the 4th or 5th time, it says you have to wait till tomorrow to do more, and I'm paying for it. It's not like I'm doing the free version.
No, mine's not free. No, I don't either. But the advanced audio is 30-minute limit. And that's 30 minutes of its responses. Okay. Right. Now, what's neat is it will keep, but it'll have the long delays, but it'll still be there, and it'll read it back to you eventually. I discovered that actually back from your house when I was down there last month, and that I ran out of time. And whereas now it's programmed in the British voice, actually Shamans' voice all of a sudden. I'm like, who the hell are you? What are you doing in my conversation? You're not Charles. But
so
now that's good news.
So if you have a WordPress website and whether you're doing it yourself, you've got someone, or you need us to do it, we can go in there and put this Fluent in there, and then just change the way the whole website reacts. Correct?
Correct. What we can do is, I stopped building websites, 5, 6 years ago. Not that I don't put things up that people think are, but they're actually integrated marketing platforms. And these marketing platforms, they are not just not just even a store on the internet. They actually engage, and because you can have a client sit there and go through and go, oh, okay, I'm almost like ordering auto parts at the parts store model. You're expecting to do that. But when you got somebody come, I'm going to take the wine example. And it's like, okay, I'm having a party and it's going to be in the summertime and I'm going to be, we like dry wines and I'm going to have 60 people and it gets in and goes, okay, you need 2 cases of, this. I'm going to suggest get 1 case of this one and 1 case of this one. And here it is. It'll be delivered in 3 days. Put your credit card number in.
Right.
Boom.
Boom.
What a different experience. Just
Right.
talk to your customer about their needs. That's the
Right.
difference. And
So
that's what it does.
speaking of
Yep.
needs, we need to talk about our sponsors of Area 52 Media Group because
Yep.
So this is everybody. I've been telling everybody about, and I've got a story real quick. So I've been drinking squash juice now for probably almost a month solid, and it is so good that I also have jumped over to a product called Cardio Miracle. Right now,
Yep.
a Cardio Miracle is something that's good for your vascular system, your whole, get your blood flowing. And I'm not talking about getting erections and crap like that. I mean, it really does do a good job into your system, right? I have been taking these 2 combined daily, and I'm almost off all of my supplements. No, I mean, I'm off all medication.
Well, now cardio, in all fairness, it has got 50 different foods in it. So you really don't need any other supplement.
No. So I've been taking this, and I've been taking the squash juice, and I'm telling you right now, night and day difference. I don't get that crash at 3 o'clock. I don't get and I normally by 9 o'clock I am ready to go to bed. I'm done. I don't care anymore. I'm over it. But in the last 2 weeks, I've been staying up till like 11, 12, just working on other projects and stuff like that. And I absolutely love it. Right. So it is a really, really good product. And, right there is both of those are our, but I also want to talk about the, I'm doing
the hero bands.
The hero bands. Now they've got into shirts. So you really need to go check the website out. Yep, and use our thing. They have shirts. They have other wearable stuff. Absolutely phenomenal. They've got bracelets. They got necklaces. They got jewelry. They've got shirts. They've got hats. They have a really killer line right now. And if you'll go to this website, not only does it support them, but it also helps support us. Just saying. Absolutely love the products that they have. We do like that because it's a very, very good thing because, we are trying to support things. Now, let's get back into, because we've only got about 4 minutes left.
Because we're all going to die.
We're all going to die. I mean, it's a thing now. It's going to happen. I mean, it is our overlords. Our overlords are coming.
They're coming back. Now. They've lost communication with the whales. They're wondering what happened, and here they come.
I'm trying to get our oh shoot, where did I put that at? I'm trying to get our, number 41. Okay. So now half the community is still saying it is nothing but a asteroid that's coming in. That's what they're saying.
It has a tail and a coma, so it is most likely a comet. That is the Occam's razor answer to this.
That's correct. But it's
Yeah.
it has it's changed trajectories several times, which
Yep.
is makes me wonder. Okay, well, and I don't mean just like, well, it kind of veered off a little bit. I mean, it literally course corrected, changed, course corrected, and come back, and course corrected again, and now it came back in. So I don't know. I think I have the other image. Oh yeah,
Well,
there it is. Hold on.
let's just call it Atlas, okay? It's 3i Atlas, whatever. Let's just
Atlas.
call it Atlas, okay?
Yeah,
Because it was spotted by the Atlas Observatory down in not
there it
Costa
is.
Rica. Where is it? Brazil? I think
It
so,
sure
yeah.
is pretty.
Chile, sorry.
Chili. I like chili. Chili's good for you. Oh,
Chile.
Chile.
Entirely different word.
Chile. I don't know.
You know, you meant.
It depends on what they're selling. Whether I'm going to fall in line or not. I'm just saying.
Oh my God! What are they gonna? Hey, did you know that the extended warranty on your moon is out of date? Would you be interested in?
Would that not be funny?
Oh
By the
my
way,
God!
The moon thing that you think is real is just, it's like it's been one of our observation satellites, and we've been watching you for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah,
We've
see,
watched the
I'm not
planet
finding
rebuild
anything
itself
that.
5 times.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that says that it's actually been documented to have made course corrections.
No.
So I'm not so sure. Although it has
There was
gone
a
through
Harvard
the
professor that
plasma
said.
boundary. Oh, Harvard, yeah.
Yeah.
Idiots, morons.
They didn't
I
go to
love
Shit
that movie.
Institute. That's what it is.
There you go. But you know that Voyager, as I like to call it, Voyager has now passed outside the solar system, and it interestingly discovered a wall,
A ring of fire.
a ring of fire. It's probably plasma,
Plasma.
but
Yeah.
that's pretty insane. What was it, 90,000 degrees? I don't think Voyager was intended to be able to handle those kinds of temps. Voyager
don't
was
think
heading
it
out
was
for the
either.
cold. And so, yeah, that's a little nuts that suddenly it runs into. And I immediately thought of, you know, the old classic Trek episode where they end up beyond the barrier and there's some aliens trying to get back out again or whatever, and they force them to go through it. It's a complicated story. But they turn people into these little foam cubes and then they crush them, and it's really sad.
Yep.
But no, I am, whatever this thing is, it's going to pass at 1.8 AU. That's an AU is the distance between us and the sun, about 90 million miles. So
Yeah.
1.8 AU is going to be about 170 million miles. You will not be able to see this with the naked eye. Okay, it is passing
No.
like way
But
the hell
NASA
out there.
But
It'll be just
NASA,
before Christmas, though,
yeah, around the end of November.
December 19th.
So NASA, Avi Loebs, I think is how you say his name.
Okay.
He put up a video yesterday. It's about 8 minutes long, a little bit over 8 minutes long, and he says it's extraterrestrial. It's not. It is not a comet. So go look up Avi.
Well, no, but remember,
Yes.
of course, everything is extraterrestrial. Okay, that just means not from Earth. But what he's talking about is extrasolar system. Okay, and that is it comes from outside our solar system. A comet is on a path inside the solar system. This is not internal to our solar system.
Nope.
This is coming from outside. It's going to pass through the Great Ring of Fire. And you know, we'll see what happens if it gets toasted on the way in.
Well, we never got to touch on. We got to get going.
No,
we
and
never touched on
we're done.
Sharecast
Yeah.
And
No.
TotalCast Pro. We'll talk about that next week. Everybody have a great techie week. We'll see everybody
You got
next
it.
week.
Bye, everybody.